This is a short recording to demonstrate SyteLine's or CSI CloudSuite Industrial's global search capabilities as well as our business collaboration capabilities. Let's first discuss our global search capabilities. No matter what form you're on within the system gives you the ability to go out there and do a global search. Simply up at the top in the middle, there's an icon which represents the ability to go out to do a global search. Now, when you do a global search, it will search for any phrase that you put in here. It will as well give you the option to say, go ahead and search for any thing that contains that phrase, begins with, ends with, or the exact phrase. So you have your typical search capability options within here. But then I also can come over here and I can specify what tables or do I want to actually search within the SyteLine system. So I can come out here and I can search on any of these tables, or I can say search on all tables. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and say I want to search on the phrase steel. And simply by clicking on the search icon, this is where I can come out here and actually then see a listing of all the hits that I get for steel. Now what this did, it went out to every table and every field within the system and did a search for me on the words or the phrase steel. I can see that I have one vendor that I have a hit for. It looks like steel is within their vendor name. Or I can come down here and I can see I have 6 purchase orders that are out there with the word steel, and it looks like it's because of that vendor. So I have 6 purchase orders out there for that vendor. Or I could come over here and I can see, how many items did I get a hit on. So I can see that I have these items that have the phrase steel within, in this particular case, the description. Now, this result that you're looking at happens to be our data view, which is our ad hoc report writer, which gives you the ability to go out, the user's ability to go out and develop their own reports. So when you do a global search, the results are returned into the report writer, which gives you the ability to develop a report right on the fly from within that search. The other thing it gives you the ability to do is it gives you the ability to take and globally drill down on any of this information. So such as this, on my AL10000, I can do a right-click and I can say, you know what, drill down into another data view or report that shows all the attributes for this item. Now, if I had just brought up the items data view, it would show me all the items. But in this particular case, I drilled down and I filtered just on the AL10000. From here, I can right-click, I can drill down and say, you know what, show me all the purchase order lines for this AL10000. And the system would then come out and basically display all the purchase orders. Again, you're in the report writer. As a user, I can take and drag my fields around, do whatever I want within here. I can come in and on purchase order 83, I could say, you know what, show me all the receipts on purchase order 83. Or if I wanted to, I could say, you know what, no, let's drill down into purchase order receipts for purchase order 83, and it takes me yet into another layer within the report writer, which basically shows me my purchase order 83. I can assort in ascending or descending order the lines, and it shows me line 1 multiple times because I've had multiple receipts against this line for the AL10000. It shows me line 2, etc. Now, being I'm in the report writer, I can do some things such as grouping. So if I want, I could say, you know what, let's group this by my item. So it says, well, for purchase order 83, you have these 6 items on the purchase order. And if I wanted to, I can explode out the AL10000. And again, I can see the same results of all those receipts for that purchase order. So again, you're in the report writer. If I wanted to, this is where I can come over here and, typical report writer is I could come over here and say, you know what, give me an average of my planned cost for the AL10000 or all items on the purchase order. Give me an average of my item costs. Then maybe come out here and give me a sum of my total costs, etc. So I can actually put summaries out there, etc. So again, just a little bit not only of our global search capabilities, but also some capabilities of our report writing. And then, of course, from here, I can take this information and shoot it right out to Excel if I wanted to, and I can show this information right within a pivot table right within Excel. But again, what I did was I started out with a global search. It delivered the results back to me, how many hits it got. It delivered it in my ad hoc report writer. And then what I showed you is the ability to drill down within that report writer to more detailed information and get to wherever I want to go. Now, I could have easily came in here to the purchase orders and simply did a right-click, went into details, of course, and it just went right into a form within the business system to see it and not have to deal with all the report writers. So, again, a lot of different ways to get at your data and slice and dice your data there. Okay? So that's a little bit about the report writing capabilities or the global search capabilities within the CSI business system. The other thing I want to go over with you was our business collaboration. For many years, business collaboration has basically been email. Prior to that, it was phone calls, right? And collaboration allows you to collaborate basically with other people within your organization or other groups within your organization. Email, as I said, has always been the way to collaborate, but with social media coming out and social collaborations, there are other forms of collaboration. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring that into our business solution as a business collaboration tool. And we call that our Mingle application. The Mingle application allows us to go out there and collaborate with other departments, other individuals, right from within the business system. So I want to go through a little example with you. I'm going to actually take an order. I'm going to be Francisco. I'm going to actually take an order here. And I'm going to do a capable to promise. I'm going to see that that order is going to be late, and I'm going to see why it's going to be late. It's going to be late simply because of shortage of material. But then before I commit, that delivery date to the customer, knowing it's going to be late, I want to collaborate with my sales manager first, Kelly Clark. And I want to collaborate to see what Kelly Clark wants to do. Does Kelly want us to say, hey, Mr. Customer, we can't make that order on time? Or how does Kelly want to handle this? Because this is a large customer of ours. Kelly's going to then collaborate with manufacturing to try to see if we can expedite the material, and manufacturing, i.e. purchasing, is going to collaborate back. So let's go through that process and show you how that's actually done. So again, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to place an order for an APS 30,000. I'm going to come out here, put in a quantity of 10, and as I coordinated bikes, they want this on December 2nd, all right? So Francisco's going to simply come out here, put the order in, do a CTP. Again, this is all of our planning capabilities now within the business system. And I can see within a matter of seconds that I cannot make that delivery date of December 2nd. The soonest I can make that is January 4th. Francisco can come over here and say, why can't we make that delivery date, and drill down into what we call our Gantt chart, which basically will display to him what our constraint is. And our constraint is this TA 23,000. It looks like I have a 30-day lead time. I have to put a new plan out there. I have no inventory. I have no, like on this guy, I'm going to be using safety stock. This one, I have no safety stock. I have no inventory. Okay? Francisco can come over here and say, let me drill down and let me see if we have inventory, but it's just allocated to other orders. Maybe we can steal it from other orders. So Francisco can come out here and see, drill down right into the item master, see I have no allocations going on out there. Also, I simply have no quantity on hand through the view down below at the bottom of the screen. So this is where Francisco says, well, let me collaborate with Kelly Clarkson, a sales manager, first to see how she wants to handle this. So this is where I can come in and share this within my business collaboration tool, Mingle. And this is where I can come in and basically send a feed off to Kelly and say, and let me try to type this quickly. So this is where I come out here and I share with Kelly. Coordinated Bikes has placed a large order for the APS 30,000, but we're short the TA 23,000. It has a lead time of 30 days. And I can simply come up here and say, tag this, and I want to share this with Kelly Clark. Now, I'm going to take my Francisco hat off, and I'm going to put my Kelly Clark hat on and go into her login, and Kelly Clark will be able to see right away this message come through that Coordinated Bikes has placed this large order, and we're short the TA 23,000. Kelly can come out here and basically say, thanks for the heads up. Let's see what manufacturing has to say, okay? So she replies to Francisco, and so if I hop back over to the Francisco login here and go into the Mingle application, which again, this is the feed area, okay? He can actually see what he sent off to Kelly, and he can see Kelly's response. Now, when I'm in this feed here, I can see it in a flow like this, or I can simply come over here and I can see all my feeds that are going on and communicate right from within here as well, okay? So I'm going to go back to Kelly's login, and this is where Kelly's going to come out here and say, I want to share Francisco's basically his feed that he has, and I want to actually share this with the manufacturing group. And so I can share it with a group, or I can share it with an individual and say, hey, guys, short the TA, can we expedite? Okay, whatever you want to type in there doesn't really much matter. And so I can share this and send this off. Now, I'm going to hop over to Rob Connors, who actually is part of our manufacturing group. So you can create as many groups as you want. You can be part of as many groups as you want. You have to ask for privilege, though, so I can join a group, and then the group leader will authorize you to be part of that group or not. But you can create as many groups as you want. You can join groups and ask for approval or authorization to join that group. So Rob happens to be part of the operations group, and so I'm going to come over here to Rob Connors. He's going to see his feed, and he's going to see, hey, guys, short the TA 23,000 again. Can we expedite this? And so I see all the information from Kelly. Now, if you remember, I started the share off being in the item master. Francisco was in the item master, and he shared that item and started this feed. So as Rob Connor comes in, Rob can say, well, let me see about this TA 23,000, and it takes me, drills me into the business system, positions me on the item master where Francisco was initially when he kicked this feed off, and I can see the TA 23,000. I can see I have nothing allocated. I have nothing on order. I can use my in-context BI here to actually see how many purchases year-to-date have we done on this TA 23,000. And out of these purchases, I can see what was the delivery performance of my vendor. I can see 66% of the time this vendor was on time. That may be enough to say, you know what, I'm confident as a purchasing agent, I'm confident that we can purchase this and expedite this, and the vendor will deliver on time. Now, there's probably other things that a purchasing agent would do before he comes back to this feed and replies to Kelly and Francisco and says, so he's going to come out here. He feels confident that he can go out and expedite this particular order. So he's going to come out and expedite. I can't spell. He's going to feel confident he can come out and expedite this order. So he says, go ahead and promise that to the customer. We'll make this happen, okay? So he replies, and so now if I come back over here to Kelly's login, I can actually see his reply right to Kelly. And if I hop back over to Francisco, Francisco can actually come out here, and Francisco will actually see his reply as well. So this was just a short, very short example of how you can go out and how you can go into the system and basically do some collaboration. Now, there are other features that we have. We do have the ability to do social collaboration with social objects out there. So like for this particular purchase order, if I wanted to, I could come out and drill into this purchase order, and I could say, you know what, show me for this particular, I could drill into the form on that particular purchase order, or I could simply come out here and just double-click on this box, and it shows me for this purchase order, it shows me basically information. The item on this purchase order happens to be a CP900. It's for my main warehouse. It's for this particular ship from JL1. I can see any delivery receipts that I have. I can see the location. So again, kind of drills in and gives me, in this particular case, my purchase order information for that particular ship to. Or I could go on any purchase order and do that drill down. So again, just a little bit on social objects. So there are other things, but really what I wanted to focus on was the collaboration piece. All right, hope that helps, and thank you for listening.